Hi everyone, welcome back to another edition of Moments with Lulu. If you're new to my channel, please make sure you're subscribed so you're getting notifications whenever I put up a new video. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you all my online proctored exam experience. I'm also going to be sharing with you all how I studied for this exam because it was open book. So this was my first ever open book exam. So basically an online proctored exam is where you're being recorded while you're taking your exam and your instructor is watching you. So you're going to share your screen, you're going to show your environment where you're taking your exam, and throughout the duration of your exam you're actually being recorded, so your supervisor or your instructor can see all of your activities. When you're like switching screens or doing anything at all, they can see everything you're doing on your laptop. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into this video. So I'm going to start by giving a little blurb on my online exam and how I felt. In the past, ever since I started nursing school, we've always had computer exams in the lab, like everyone. So that kind of like, it wasn't like the traditional, like some courses still do have like some faculties still do paper exam, but I've had mostly all my exams in nursing school in the computer labs, and yeah, they still have cameras, but that's different. That's totally different. But it actually prepared me. Like when I was taking my online proctored exam at home, I still felt like I was in that setting, that environmental setting in school, in the lab where I'm still on the computer. The only difference is that I'm just being recorded at home. So it didn't really throw me off or any of those kind of things, no. And again, if you study, that's also something else. Like if you're so nervous, it's okay to be nervous for an exam. It's normal anxiety, like healthy one, which is fine. And sometimes that just shows that you're prepared and you're expecting, but you don't really know what is going to be there, and that's totally okay. So I'm going to be showing you how I studied for my actual open book exam, because this was my first open book exam, like I said, and I always have my textbook on my laptop, but not for this one, because if an exam is open book, I don't really see the reality of me switching screens between a PDF and a laptop, because I feel like it's always easier on the book for me personally. So I had to borrow my friend's textbook just for this exam, and yeah, I actually read the whole of these chapters in this textbook because that's what was required for this course, because it was more like a consolidated leadership exam and it required like more materials from previous terms work. So you didn't really know where exams or questions were going to come out from. So we were required to read the whole textbook if we actually want to pass. And something about open book exam is that you need to realize that an exam is open book does not mean that you shouldn't study or that you should wait for the exam day and just bring out your book. No, don't do that, because that'll be probably an automatic fail. Yeah, you don't want to do that. You don't want to not study and be like, okay, it's open book, I'm just going to take my book and sit down. And no, that won't work. One, because of the time constraints. So like time is something that needs to be checking, because they will give you, it was 70 questions and we had 90 minutes. So an hour and 30 minutes to take the exam. And when you do the maths, when you do the calculation, 70 questions with both some short answer and long answer, multiple choice questions. I mean, you also need to balance it with like checking for like actually opening your textbook and stuff like that. I personally, I don't like the idea of open book exam because I feel like it's a waste of time, in the sense that the time I'm supposed to spend answering questions is the time I'm using to look for, where I can find the answers or like some tips to answer the question. No, I don't really like the idea of open book, but it wasn't bad after all. It was my first open book exam and it was really good. Like it was actually a good exam, that's what I'll say. So for me, basically, this was how I studied. So I studied like I was actually studying for an exam where I didn't have to rely on my textbook, because my instructor for this course, for this exam, gave us practice questions. And what I did was I did the practice questions exam without the textbook or without looking into a book, because I felt like, that also gave me some confidence, because if I did well on the practice exam, I felt like I could do better on the main exam without, checking for so much information in the textbook. I read the whole textbook, made my notes. So that's also something you need to consider. Just study like you're studying for an actual exam where you won't be required to have anything with you. So I had my notes as well. I made notes as I read the textbook because I felt like that's very important. And some people miss that aspect. I read the textbook, I answered all the questions because every chapter in this textbook has questions. So I did the review chapters with a friend. So we answered all the questions together, we figured them out together, and that was really helpful for me for preparing for the exam and for the exam as well. And also I had a friend too who also shared her notes with me, and yeah, so whatever she noted, probably like I'm like, oh, I read this, and she also picked this up. That means this is something very important to know, and as well as stuff like that. Also, I found out that I was able to judiciously make use of my time in the online exam after studying. So with each question, I knew where to find the answers in the textbook or in my actual notes that I made, because it also really helped me instead of wasting time to go through every question. And that's another mistake people make with online exam. You don't need to go recheck to see if your answer is correct. Time is ticking. If you're sure of an answer, go straight to it. Sometimes even if you're not sure but you think that's the answer, you can just flag that question and come back to it later, because time is ticking, and that's exactly what I did. And something that really helped in checking for answers or checking for the questions in the textbook, or like just, you know, tips and ideas was, so I don't know about every textbook, but most textbooks usually have an index. So most textbooks have index and glossary at the back, so you can see this. So most textbooks have this, you can see glossary, so you can see they have like all the definitions, and they also have an index. Look at the index that also tells you like the particular term or the particular concept you're looking for. You can just come here, like read, and it also gives you the page number. That's also something you need to like consider while taking exams. It took me a while to figure this out, but I didn't find out yet until a friend mentioned this. I mean, I've never had an open book exam, so it wasn't, I never really thought about going to the back of my textbook. But the index and the glossary of your textbook are very, very useful tools. It didn't waste my time at all. For example, this, you can see this, clinical information system. There's an exam, there's a question on that on the exam. And I'm just like, what's clinical information system? And beside the clinical information system, you see the explanation. So they give you the meaning of the terminology, and they also give you the page where you can find it. So I quickly like go to that page and like figure it out and like read through, like, you know, read through it very, skim over it very quickly, and that way you'll be able to get some ideas just in case it's not like ringing a bell. So yeah, that was very helpful for me in taking open book exam. And as for the proctored exam, how was the experience so far for me? I mean, to be honest, it was really good. Like I didn't expect it to be that I didn't expect to feel at ease like that. I was very good. In my head, I was like, because the day before my exam, my Wi-Fi got disconnected, and I'm like, I better take myself to school to write this exam and stuff like that. But that didn't happen, and yeah, I was pretty much like okay, like no stress. I wasn't stressed during the exam. I wasn't stressed before the exam. It was just the idea of having to read a whole textbook for an exam that kind of like I was kind of iffy about. But at the end of the day, it was a really good exam, and trust me, if you study for an exam, you will definitely pass. As long as you study judiciously and make use of your time and know what you're actually studying, you will pass. I believe in that. Honestly. Like even when I had my physiology course in first year, it wasn't so easy. That was first year. First year experience is always like, you know, so many challenges, so many like questions. You don't really know like what's going on, and you're just coming from high school, which is totally understandable. But I found that when I put in more effort in my studying, I did better on like subsequent exams compared to like the very first one I had in my physiology. So if you study judiciously and know what you're actually studying for and how you're studying, you will pass your exams. That's just it. And you know, you have to put in all efforts. You also have to take breaks. You cannot just be going, you're not like a machine or any of that kind of stuff. So take your time, go slow. Like, it's going to be a lot. Sometimes you'll be like, you'll be so nervous and anxious, and that's totally okay. It's fine. It's a normal feeling to feel anxious or nervous prior to an examination, but you shouldn't get to that point where you cannot control it. That's when there's going to be a problem. But as long as you've studied, you've done everything you can, like, leave the rest to your creator or to God, or you know, just do your best and you'll find yourself doing really well. So yeah, that brings me to the end of this video. If you have any other suggestions or any other tips or any other thing you'd like to share or any other thing you'd like to see me talk about on this channel, please feel free to leave them in the comment section of this video, or you can message me on any of my social media and I'll, you know, gladly make a video on those. And I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye now.